What is up, guys? My name is Ted, and today I'm going to be talking about how to become a 4 KDR player in Black Ops. There's a few steps to it. These are going to be the top 10 steps, in my opinion, of the best ways to become a 4 KDR player. Might make steps number 11 or 12 if I feel the need to at the end of the video, but as far as I can tell, there should be good top 10 steps. The gameplay in the background is going to be 143 and 7 Demolition on Jungle, nothing too special, the average gameplay. So let's go ahead and get right into it. There's 10 ways that I think if you listen to me and you listen to these steps and just think about it and apply these steps to your game, you should become a 4 KDR player over time. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. I'm not going to tell God to put a grace on you and make you a 4 KDR player. It's going to need a little persistence, a little bit of getting used to, and eventually everyone can be a good player. The first step, and I think this is pretty important, is to always watch YouTube videos. Obviously, you're watching this gameplay, you're already doing it. The way that I learned a lot of the tricks and tips and tactics of how to become good at Black Ops and other video games is by watching people like Woody's Gamer Tags, Wings of Redemption, a lot of gamers out there that have good KDRs and that can give me a little bit of advice, and that's how I got started essentially back in COD 5 days with Wings of Redemption. He was helping me out a lot. His videos, I was one of his first subscribers back then. The other thing that you can do, a second thing that you can do, and this is also equally as important, is always play with full teams. You'll see me in most of my gameplays. I'm never in there alone, just, lollygagging with a bunch of randoms. I always have a full team. I set out. I know exactly what we're doing. I tell my teams, do this, do this, do this, don't do this, do this, do this. And together, we work together, and we get the objectives planted off. Maybe only one objective if you want longer times. But we can work with each other because we're a full team. Whereas if you had randoms, they never have mics sometimes, or they're just bad players. If you have full teams, you can pretty much stick together, know what you're doing. You always have a lot of cooperation with each other. You don't have to have fantastic players. I think in this game I had negative KDR players with me. It doesn't take geniuses to get inside of a demolition and have a lot of fun and do well. As long as you're working together, you know what you're doing, you have a basic goal in mind of getting inside the other team's spawn. And as long as everyone works together, you don't have any ragers, stuff like that, you can really do alright. The other reason I play with full teams is just because of that constant communication. And I'm going to consider that the third step is communication. Because if you have 6 people together, granted they might all be fantastic players, but if you don't have the mics or you don't have the communication, everyone's in a party or different parties and stuff, if you're not all together in one party focusing on the gameplay, not talking about how great Megan Fox looks in a bikini, as long as you're talking about the gameplay, you're going to do alright. And as long as you can tell your guy, I want 3 guys to go over to A, 3 guys at B, or sometimes I'll say leave B completely alone, let them plan off that, go around, back spawn. Like for this side, I'll go ahead and say a few callouts. For defense on jungle, I tell my team right away, head B side because you have the advantage, let them go A side. I want them to plan off the A side bomb, let us get the time extension, then you can go back Pride Rock, go along the bridge back there and wrap into the spawn to get to top hill and bottom hill that way. But I'll be consistently giving orders. See, that's just what just happened. They planted off the A bomb because I had no resistance there. I didn't tell my team to go that way. I told them all to go B side, go straight for their spawn. The first person to get the Blackbirds, we can filter out the guys that went A side and planted off the objective. We can get a guy at top and bottom hill, making the spawn very, very condensed in one spot. It just works together, and you couldn't pull that off no matter how many times you tried if you didn't have a lot of communication with your teammates. So communication is probably one of the top 3 in my opinion. You could never do this without communication. The things that I do in my spawn traps in my game, you'll see right here, no 6 randoms can get inside a game without a mic and pull off an aim down sight spawn trap. It's just not going to happen. And it probably has never happened that I could think of, unless they're just amazingly good players that all know what they're doing. But the only way you can become amazingly good and know what you're doing is if you've done this sort of thing before, like gotten with teams, gotten the communication, and I can go inside a random game with like a public lobby with some randoms. I can still hold a 3, maybe a 4 KDR. It depends on how good my team is and if they know what they're doing, even though I can't communicate with them a lot of times. But like Team Deathmatch, I'm a 5 KDR player in Team Deathmatch. I'm always ranked in the top 200 out of the millions that are ranked, and I've got pictures of all this stuff, and I post it on Facebook because I'm a nerd. But I just enjoy being good at the game, and it's once you play with a team and you get basic strategies down for a lot of the maps, going inside public matches is no longer this, you have to have Ghost on to protect from the air support. You don't have to, use the FAMAS all the time, although I'd suggest it. You can mess around as long as you're a good player. It'll show with no matter what gun you use. But the FAMAS definitely helps to become a 4 KDR player. More on that later. The gun setup, stuff like that. That's going to be, I think, step number 6. Is to never put yourself at a disadvantage. More on that later. Definitely click the second part of the video. I'm going to be going over steps 4, 5, and 6. Just to recap really quick, the first 3 steps of having a 4 KDR. Watch plenty of YouTube videos. Look up tips, tricks, tactics from people that already have the 4 KDRs and higher. Some people even have higher than that, which it's pretty rare, but I think some people do have them. Once again, the second step is to play with a full team. All you have to do is go to your recent players in the game mode, send them all a message saying, I'm trying to get a team together. Would anyone like to join? Guarantee you'll get at least 5 people, plus you make a full 6-person team that'll want to join you. And you can add those people to your friends list and have a lot of fun with them. And of course, the third step, like I said before, is always keep in constant communication. It's just going to improve your game 100%. I hope these 3 tips helped. Definitely click out the next 3 tips, and then the final 4 tips are going to be coming in the last video. If you like the video, please click the like button. It helps my channel quite a bit. To see those likes, it just makes me feel a little bit better about myself and about my content that I'm putting out. Also, click the favorite button if you really enjoyed the video. That also helped me out quite a bit. Subscribe if you haven't already. I post a lot of 100+ gameplays, and I try to give as many tips and tricks and tactics as I can in a lot of my videos. That's the end of this game, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.